Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to do something a little different. Well, not really different. It's what's in the background. It's going to be a little different. Or the background conversation. That's a good way to put it. So this is just going to be an arena battles. The arena just finished. I finished Gold 1, which is pretty rare. Even though I do have, if you've been following my videos, I do have the three legendaries, and I do have about, I think, 4 or 5 heroes. We'll take a look. 6-star, level 60 now. Most of them level 16 artifacts, and the glyphs are getting there. So today, we're just going to go over some arena battles. We're going to try a whole bunch of different stuff. I've got a ton of refill kits, and I might actually do this in 2 parts. So, because the event right now, see, I got a ton of these things. Not only is there an event right now, which is over here, which is training and arena, and I'll give you an idea where we are right now. It's not even going on for a day. And I'll show you how far I've gotten, which isn't very far at all. So, this will be a good judge about how far you can get points, because I've been doing it pretty consistently. The arena. So you see right here. And, people always complain about the arena event because their main complaint is that bronze, silver, and gold are all worth the same. But if you think about it, that's actually a good thing. Because let's just say you're just beginning the game and you can't even get to gold or silver divisions. It's fair that anyone in any division gets the same amount for a win. I get the argument that you're in gold, you battle longer, you should be worth more, but no, not really. If you actually think about it, this is the most fair and most logical way to do it. But I do get both sides of that argument. But I agree that this is the best way to do it. Okay, so anyway. So I've done about 110 battles since last night, or 111, there we go. And to get all that, you need 750, so that is a whole lot of arena battles. But, typical gifts. Like that boy guy there, the new skeleton. Some of the new heroes they're putting out are awesome. And then the champion training event, typical, this is just from keeping the boost XP on and doing the multi-battle for the daily rewards. This one started yesterday too. This one also a 4-day, or 2 days, so this started 2 days ago then, I guess, because I remember it being 4 days. I've upgraded a lot of stuff, and I'm still only at 1,000 points, so to get to 25,000, yikes, man, you'd be spending a lot. Alright, so while we do the arena battles, let's make sure these are all filled up so that we're getting our maximum amount of... What should I put in there? Why don't we put I need to upgrade it too anyway, so let's get you going. Oh yeah, right. Drew. Well, yeah, so before we start, we'll just say how's work. Alright. So now the little different part about this is that let's do some thought experiments. Since it's only going to be arena battles, why don't we do some thought experiments, like, say, about quantum mechanics, or how science actually reinforces religion, or religion reinforces science, and how they like to stay away from each other, or, dark matter, dark energy. I don't know if anyone follows quantum mechanics or astronomy or any of that stuff, but just some of the stuff that I like to research and discuss. I thought I'd throw it into the background while we're battling the endless amounts of arena battles. That's why I said I might actually make this 2 parts. So as we're going through the arena battles, we can just discuss. Now, see, these ones, since it's the arena battle, people have got their one hero in there so that they make sure they get knocked down. Just makes it easier to win your arena battles. It is a smart idea, but I don't like to lose. So I don't, as much as possible. But I do get it, especially if you're trying to get like your great haul points. It's a great idea to set your defense to one hero so that you're constantly losing and getting knocked down. So that way, when you do fight, you're guaranteed to get your bronze, silver, gold, which is unlikely if you're getting knocked down, but your bronze or silver tokens in a timely fashion. And that was easy. There we go. Well, at least I'm starting in gold 1, because you can see it's just brand new, fresh. The arena just finished. So let's see if we got a battle log here. Or, no, sorry, defense. Oh, no, here it is, defense. No one spotted me. There we go. So you can see my attacks. Oh, they only show this, the last. I've won about 30 in a row from today. I like the last 24 hours. I mean, not just today, but yesterday, today, when the server changed over. All right. And put that over there. No, wait. Put that over here. All right. So let's get into this, shall we? What are we at? 9 of 10. Okay. So 60, 40. Let's see what their. So their power is 56. I'm at 91. So I'm just going to auto battle this one. For the ones that I'm pretty sure I'm going to win, I'll just auto battle through them so I don't waste any time and we can see just how far we can get. Now, even when you're on auto battle, I've mentioned this in other videos, you can still see the red circle under him. I specifically touched that specific hero. So you can focus your attacks even on auto battle. So a lot of people tend to overlook that, or they just don't know that. It's extremely handy. Okay. So let's see. What topic should we go off on first? Well, not go off on, but okay, here's a good one. So everything's all about the dark matter right now, dark energy. So if you follow astronomy or string theory, quantum mechanics, you know that one of the big debates besides, supersymmetry or string theory, anything along those lines, there's kind of like 2 general categories of what is basically holding enough matter or dark matter, stuff we can't see, to keep the galaxies together from flying apart. But I have my own theory. Well, it's not my own theory. There are physicists that do have the same general idea, but I haven't heard anyone with the exact, and this is so simple, it seems too simple. So the big argument right now is that if you look at our galaxy, or any galaxy for that matter, we all know that there is a supermassive black hole at the center of almost every galaxy. That's like the motor of the galaxy that spins it, that has the gravitational weight. But when you do the math, this is 56, when you do the math, there is not enough gravity from that super massive black hole, or just in general from a galaxy, that they said had enough gravity to keep everything in place and spinning as fast as we do spin. Otherwise, all the stars would go flinging out. But see, and so there's this big argument between, is there dark matter holding the galaxies together like a scaffolding, which is like pretty much the mainstream theory right now. And That is extremely possible. But see, I don't see it so much as a scaffolding, and this makes complete sense. Is that if you look in our oceans or in a cup of coffee, it doesn't matter, any kind of liquid, and you have a vortex, like a whirlpool, even in your coffee, and you're spinning around, you'll see the funnel, the center of your coffee and stuff, and you'll see all the bubbles, just like our galaxy would be, in the middle of your tea or your coffee, in the middle, spinning around. And they all go towards the vortex, and the outside spins just as fast as the inside, with a small exception, but it's identical. This is the part where I kind of lean towards there's not this exotic dark matter, which is one of the big particle physics arguments that they make on supersymmetry, is that you have to invent a whole other class of particles sort of counterbalance what dark matter would actually be. If we can't see it, what would it be? If it's particles we don't know, what particles would they be? And if you look it up online, you'll see the chart. Oh, my mind's a blank. It's like 5 in the morning right now. So, but yeah, the periodic table. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. You'll see that little with the Higgs molecule or Higgs particle. I shouldn't say molecule. Higgs particle. So anyway, instead of inventing a whole set of particles, and there's a whole nother topic to go talk about that. But anyway, instead of inventing a bunch, and instead of saying that all the dark matter is like black holes and neutron stars, stuff that doesn't have reflection of light per se, but there's so much of that if you take it all together in our galaxy, that creates enough mass to then hold everything together. But see, instead of inventing a bunch of new particles, and hey, that could be the answer. Nobody knows. You can make a big long formula and it looks perfect, it looks pretty, but at the end of the day, it's just a formula that we invented in the first place, that we plug numbers into. So think about it more like this, as I do my arena battles here. I would like to put forth, and I've done a lot of research on this, on both. Like, I've been a multi-worlds theory kind of guy, I've been a superstring theory kind of guy, I've been every road you can possibly think of. And you know what? The true answer of our universe is probably a little bit of everything. But that's another story. But so think about the universe this way. Now, if you look at the Earth, right, we say our planes fly through the air, right? And fish live in the ocean, sort of thing. Stay with me here. When you actually step back, pretend you're sitting on the moon looking at the Earth. Just because we call it air, and we have planes flying through the air, it's not really air. It's just, we say gas, liquid, see, air, water. But if you're from space, just say we were born in space. I know it seems like a hard thing, but just say, and you were looking at Earth, even our air would look like a lighter layer of liquid, right? Like an aquarium. And you would see certain fish floating through the top, which would be our planes, and different fish living in the bottom in our oceans. Just how we found fish in deep sea vents in like Mariana's Trench, where no life 10, 20 years ago, it was scientific fact that no life could survive with no sunlight and the pressures at the bottom of the deepest part of our oceans. Well, now we know that's not true. And there is life, all kinds of tube worms and crustaceans and all kinds of stuff. And, that was scientific fact. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So, I wasn't watching Oh, She's Unkillable. See, this is where the focusing an attack on a specific hero comes in handy. And if I had been paying attention, I wouldn't have wasted so many, and I lost Gorgab. Okay, so, now, as I was saying, even though we call it air, it's just a man-made word we've come up with. It's basically a lighter layer of atmosphere, liquid. So if you're from space and you see that, then we are in layers of liquid. Now, we say space is a vacuum, there's nothing in it, and that's kind of right, sort of. The fact that we don't know what dark energy is, which is completely different from dark matter. I hope I didn't confuse people with that. I know it's a whole different topic too. But anyway, since we don't know what dark matter is holding the galaxy together, and some of the theories where the math actually works, but we have to come up with all new particles and supersymmetry. It's kind of like the carbon copy of a particle, right? So there's neutrino, or say there's oh, the Higgs is all by itself. That's a bad example. Like a photon, electron, neutron. On the other side of the periodic table, there's these exotic versions. So it's like the shadow copy of a particle. That's how they get around the math, which drives me crazy, because we're inventing math to fix a problem and then say, oh, it looks awesome. Yeah, the math looks awesome, but we're inventing math to fix math. It just doesn't make sense. So anyway, instead of this invisible particles that we invent out of nowhere, think about the universe like we're actually in a liquid. We don't see it that way because we've trained our brains for one thing to see things a certain way, and that's a whole other topic. That's why it's a good way to do this on these events when there's just kind of just going on and on. Oh, I want to attack her. Dang it. And look at all the red. Why didn't I change my heroes? Well, if I lose, I can go back. Now, so think of the universe, again, as that cup of coffee, where when you're stirring, all the bubbles form in the middle like a galaxy, and that's without a black hole in your coffee. Just a little vortex, plenty. So that math is just fine. If we look at our galaxies that way, instead of being in a vacuum, which space is, yes, but that's our reality that we've labeled as a vacuum. Now it is a vacuum, so I know this is confusing, but it's not. It's just a form. Oh, the example I was given is that on Earth, things above 0 degrees sea level up to like 140,000 feet is we call atmosphere, but it's just lighter gases and basically lighter liquids. So from the deepest depths all the way up to 0 sea level, all the way up to 140,000 feet, where we get to low Earth orbit, all these layers are just basically gases, liquids, names we've come up with to categorize things. But if you look at it from the moon, it's just layers, right? They get lighter and lighter until you get space. So if you think of space like that, even though we think of it as an empty void, it's not. There's all kinds of things in space. But instead of an empty void, and we think it has nothing, keep that analogy going of our Earth's atmosphere, but bring it to a grander scale of the universe. So we are in one big galactic soup, right? Now this is people think, oh, no. Yeah, the universe is a soup. Instead of this imaginary particle structure, dark matter, that we invent to keep everything in place, you just have to look at it as a liquid, but not like a liquid that we're thinking of like a glass of water on Earth. I'm saying take a step back, look at the layers, levels of the machine. Everything in life is levels of the machine. If you don't know what that means, it's okay. I'll talk about that in a different episode. But anyway, I'm just saying, we don't need to invent particles to solve these problems. And that universe problem seems to be pretty simple. Well, I mean, it's not simple because I've been arguing about it for 100 years since, or more than that actually, but I mean 100 years since Einstein's general theory of relativity in 1905, and then 1900, was it 5 or was it, yeah, because then 10 years later, 1915, he came up with the actual theory. But in 1905, he was doing Newton's law. So that was 15. Yeah, so that was 104 years ago. Yeah. Wow. 104 years ago. My goodness. Okay, anyway. So, anyway, that whole point of that was, just one little tidbit of information, is that our universe, instead of being this crazy mess that we have to invent stuff. I think it's more of a soup. I think our universe, and I don't know if you've looked at the gamma background radiation of our universe. We look just like a nerve cell. So I'm thinking we're in some brain, and we see group consciousness as this exotic thing, but it's actually just the kid learning, and we're just a bunch of nerve cells. That's why it seems like humans come up with stuff out of the blue. It's because just like how our brains do as we get older, we come up with ideas. This kid, because if you look at our universe, it looks just like a nerve cell and how the brain looks. If you've never seen a picture of our universe with the background gamma radiation, which proves the Big Bang Theory and all that, or Big Bang and then inflation, seriously, you need to look at it. And if you do that, it'll automatically come up with the shots of the nerve cell brain flow, how the patterns and the filaments and everything line up is just mind-blowing, no pun intended, but it is uncanny. So our universe could just be one big brain, which again would be in a liquid. Like I said, it's one big soup, just like how our brain's hydrated, it's wet, instead of just dry, empty space. I mean, yes, it's dry and it's a vacuum, but you have to step back, look at the levels of the machine. It's actually quite simple. Anyway, that I'm sure they'll be arguing, and since I don't have, a Princeton degree, my opinion doesn't matter anyway. But that's okay. Alright, this one's 52. Let's go with this guy right here. So, another thing is, you can almost argue which topic to go after next. This is kind of fun, actually. What's Drew saying here? While we're fighting, what's his name? Cool. Yep. How's your day? Okay. The memorial was interesting. Oh, right. That's right. You told me yesterday that the memorial for the gentleman who died, it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That was today, not yesterday. I haven't slept in again. It's like 5-something, 5:15. So I'm just a little out to lunch. Oh, you little bugger. There we go. There's a whole... Oh, real quick, I'm not going to get too deep into this one because there's so many levels to this topic, and that's religion and science. A lot of people think I don't believe in God. Well, I was raised Catholic, and I do believe in a greater energy. We have names for everything, man-made words: Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, God, Lord, whatever, spirit, ghost. Right? We come up with words and assign it meaning, and then we think it's different from one another. It's a bizarre human characteristic. Well, if you look at science, and this is what drives me nuts about the church, which is actually getting better. But I mean, all religions, organized religion is what I have a problem with, not like faith or God or gods, whatever. Nobody knows. It's organized religion, hypocrisy. Anyway, that's a different topic. This topic is how science actually proves religion. I shouldn't say proves. That's not the right word. Science reinforces religion, whereas religion gets all bent out of shape. No science, no. But if you look at the Big Bang, the stuff we've scientifically proven, this all lines up as if there was a creator. So while churches go on these rampant tirades and these church groups that are insane. These radicalized, I mean, not just, I mean all, right, left, doesn't matter religion. There's radicalized people, and you're never going to change their mind. And it's just the way it's going to be. So hopefully they just stay peaceful, and man, there's no need to get all bent out of shape anymore. It's the 21st century. Wake up. Anyway, so you know, in the Bible and in all these holy texts, you know, it created heaven and earth, you know, created the light. Well, the Big Bang is creating heaven and earth, is creating the matter and the antimatter and the light in the universe. Is word for word the same thing, right? I just want to, this is just a general thing of religious stuff I'm going to throw out there because it's kind of funny, you know, but people don't see it because they're so warped by their, like, unflinching brain that thinks I'm a better holy person than you, so I'm going to kill you or make you pay because you don't believe in what I believe in. That's insane. People on all sides, I'm not choosing anything, on all sides, have been out to lunch. And it's mind-blowing how naive and brainwashed people can get. So, okay, so there's that, right? Create heaven and earth. And then if you look at the Bible, and, okay, let's take our Mars mission. When we go to Mars, we are going to have a survival guide that is just like we do in every plane cockpit. It's got a manual. Every car comes with a manual. Not so much with the cars. I mean the big stuff. When we go to Mars, there's going to be a big book of rules on things to how to live. I mean, the nitty-gritty basic bullet points, right? When you make a PowerPoint presentation, you got your bullet points and all that. Well, I'm sorry to say, but if you look at every religion, I mean, going all the way back to the Sumerians, we all have the same stories. Why? Because we've all told the same story. We're all talking about the same things. But just like in that game as a kid, I forget, the telephone game, where by the third person, the whole sentence is completely warped. So think about thousands of years and telling the same story. Plus every group, especially back then, there was no worldwide connectivity. Every group wants to make the story their own. Not in an evil way, but just in a relatable way. So the human survival guide, when our ancestors landed on Earth here to colonize it, and then, you know, evolution's real. We do evolve, true. Do I think we came out of a soup? And it's possible. It's more likely that we landed here. And just like in every holy text where there's angels and gods, which is the same word for aliens and rockets, you know, chariots of fire, where they came down and smoke and fire. Well, that's a ship. It just didn't have that word back then. It's kind of simple. This is, again, levels of the machine. People just can't. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, it's not important. And if people, you know, people are like, oh, you can't talk about aliens, it's going to upset the masses, you know, the people that just can't handle it. Well, okay. True. And you have to watch for that. So we've been, you know, baby feeding the masses for like 70 years now. And also, you know, you get these fringe elements that say, oh, the aliens are going to kill us. No, they're not. They could have killed us a long time ago. So, no, not at all. Who knows? You know, nobody knows. But when they say stuff like that and get everybody riled up, it's counterproductive. It's the same thing certain world leaders do at the moment. Well, I mean, all through time, but especially at the moment, just to distract. And now I'm getting distracted because I'm not doing my arena battles. Now, let's see. Hold on. I gotta. Yeah, let's finish him off. Um, okay, I haven't really got very many arena battles done because I've been concentrating so much on all this other stuff. It's kind of funny. Yeah, so when I do an arena token, that's only 10. So I haven't even done 10 battles yet. Oh, it's kind of funny. But you can see how, like I said in the beginning, this is definitely better background noise than me going off just randomly and forgetting what I'm talking about, which still happens, let's be honest. But, oh, okay, I just poked myself with the pen, that hurt. It's funny, I just said that and I'm forgetting. It's because I'm looking at this. I know I was doing the religion thing. So let's look at one of these battles a little more in depth here. What's this guy looking like? This one's a lot closer. So we got void, blue, blue, green. So they got no red. Actually, if I bring, because see, I could switch. Where's my Queen Eva? Because I do have 60 legendary there, but see, not even close to the strength that he brings. All depends on who I'm bringing. And also, the only reason she's also lower is because I do not have her artifacts all at 16 yet. Level 16, I mean. Let's put her on auto and concentrate on her. Actually, I should have concentrated on him. This healer, the high elf guy. But until... Oh, he's taking some damage for it too. Oh, that could have been costly. Dang it. Should I switch it to him? Maybe I should have. Oh, she's hurt now. Oh, he's got a lot of healing on everybody. My goodness. There's massive amounts of healing. Oh my goodness. This guy is like the never-ending healer. Come on, get a hit in there. Our relic keeper's froze. Oh, nice. Although I wonder since it's... Come on. I might have to just let them do their own. I'm gonna have to. Let's kill him first, because concentrating on her with him taking half the damage or whatever percentage he was taking is not working out. And my dudes are starting to get weak. This is gonna be close. Yikes! Come on, kill him. Ah. Come on, Relic Keeper. Come on, Relic Keeper. Ah, come on, man. I needed that. Take him down, man. Take him down. Oh, no. Oh, nice. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Alright, everyone wants to concentrate on him. Let's concentrate on him. Even the weak, because he's just healing her, so... I know it's a weak hit, but still, every little bit counts, because I am Getting hurt. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Okay, this was a good battle. Alright, so after this battle, I'll turn this video in. Like I said, I was going to do this in parts, since we're getting into such a big philosophical, very nice, big philosophical discussions. Yeah. The 1 for 10. So that was only 9 battles. But so the whole point was, let's see how much that got us. So that all that time for 9 points. My goodness. There is no rushing the arena event, that's for sure. Like I said. Alright. Oh, yes, the clan battle. Clan boss, I mean. Alright, well, before we go, why don't we... Yes. And I'll leave it on auto. And that's actually a good team. So let's see what he can do. So right off the bat, to finish off the arena video, a nice clan boss. Oh, and let's see what Mountain Drew was saying over here. So I could... Oops. Alright. Just leave it on auto. She should hit for about 100,000 with all these. Only 52? Oh, that was terrible. With all the boosts. Oh, wait, she didn't have the attack boost from Gorgorab. Why? Strange. Oh, maybe it got removed. I wasn't really paying attention to it. So while this is going on, I guess the only other thing about... and we could get real deep into how much religion and science is the same thing, but just those few things I pointed out a minute ago, you can see, and this applies to like everything in our world, in the universe, if you just take a step back, try and see the layers of the machine for what they are. And I mean, that applies to everything in life, no matter how big or small you think something is, or how big of a geopolitical thing it is, or how big of a work thing, family thing, social, local, it doesn't matter. There is the same machine running, and there are levels of the machine, and it makes things very easy to understand. But it doesn't mean it's easy to live through, because we have human emotions. But just remember the levels of the machine. And that little tidbit of information should help immensely with just about everything. And in that equation, not factoring human emotions, of course. Other than that, if you can see the levels, you'll be able to see a lot of things outside the box, outside of structures and... Yep. Okay. All right. So, my guys are doing pretty good on auto here. But yeah, so briefly, is just saying, so that else, religion and science, it's the same thing in a lot of different ways. But my point is that many of the same things, or many of the things in life that spirit, soul, ghost, God, angel, alien, ship, rocket, chariot of fire, you know, airship, spaceship, all the same thing. If you can see what I'm talking about, you can see that level of the machine. It's pretty simple. Just think about yourself sitting on the moon, looking at Earth's machine. Now, then there's also the levels of that machine all the way through the universe. But, I mean, just start small. You know, I really should get better defense for her. I should swap some of her artifacts out for some defense artifacts. Like legendary, like tough ones though. She's always susceptible. And resistance. I need defense and resistance for her. So the glyphs, especially, going into whatever I do find. Something with defense is a main stat though. With substats, resistance for sure. She's not going to get another hit off, though. Oh, she did get one off. This is a great team. Crimson Helm is awesome. And that's her right there. She's got that revive for everybody for 2 turns. She's got the defense. She does the provoke with 2 turns of immunity. You know, she has got some complementary skills that are just awesome. And she's a green affinity too, which is wicked awesome because I have so little really good green affinities in any faction. So, yeah, this should be an interesting video. You know, only got, 9 battles, arena battles done, but we talked for a good 25 minutes about dark matter. My goodness, look at this. What am I on? Oh, wait, where's the stats? Can't see anything. It's too bad. You know, that's not bad though. He just hit right there for like 25k. He hit for 43, for 26. 23. Reasonable. Oh, not bad. 15 and change. 30. Reasonable. Gorgorep with the animate. Now, this clan boss's attack's so heavy though, it's going to take everybody out in one hit. As soon as he double pumps his fists. See? But that's okay. Oh, we got one more shear in for 33. It was useful. Nice. That whole 50k at that end was just an extra bonus. 2.7. Not bad. For auto, pretty good. Alright, it's just starting. So, alright, everybody. I am gonna. Oh, what's this? 4 million for 14 bucks? No, thank you. Hope everyone has a good day, and I am just gonna stop the video and just work on some more arena battles and just grind it away. Hope everyone has a good one. Talk to you soon. Leave a message also if anything I talked about you want to comment on or disagree with or whatever. It's always good convo, good debates. So throw a comment in there if you want to comment on some astrophysics or quantum mechanics, astrobiology, whatever. Doesn't matter. I like it all. It's all good. Conversation's good. All right. Have a good one, everybody.